And now back to Matthew Hatfield and the evil basketball coach. Blast you, Ed Young!
And we welcome you back to 757 Saturday Sports Talk on CoVA Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're all over the web, VirginiaPreps.com, X or Twitter as they call it, at Hatfield Sports 757 Sports Talk and VA Preps Rivals, IG, my account at Hatfield Sports 2K4. Again, CoVA Sports TV is our main channel. We're on Facebook as well as Apple and Spotify. And we have a special guest with us, Ed. He is the head football coach of the Deep Creek Hornets, Purple Thunder. He's restored the pride over there. Andre Twine with us here. Coach, good to see you. How's the month of August and summer been for you as you get ready for the countdown and almost time for kickoff, and that smell is in the air? Football's here and it's back.
It's been cool. Football is always back. We love to have it going again. Of course, I'm playing NCAA football too, so I mean it's all exciting. And so season's here, all across the board, NFL, college, high school. Man, it's the best time of the year.
We've had younger and newer coaches on, and I'm sure Coach Young will piggyback on this with you here. Now that you're a veteran, take us back to how you got Deep Creek back on the map. Looking back, you didn't go there, but you are a guy that played in the Southeastern District. You got some ties to the area, some roots here in the 757. It wasn't an easy job to get the thing back, but we know Deep Creek's had some studs in the years past. The D'Angelo Halls, the Dion Dyers, the Daryl Tapps, the James Andersons. List goes on and on. And you brought back some Deep Creek guys on your staff. You brought your father on the staff. How did you get it turned around? And what advice would you give to some of the younger coaches because you once were in their shoes?
And you gotta establish your identity first. That's the first thing you gotta do. Understanding what you want to do in regards to your program. Look at the guys what they can do best. Keep a great culture going, not only from the football field but off the field also. And once you establish that, you'll be good to go. Have your identity as a coach. Understand what the focus is for your program among your staff also. And then once you get that going, it's just not saying smooth sailing, but you're able to adjust at all times with the type of kids you have each year.
Well, put by the head man of the Deep Creek Hornets, Andre Twine, our guest here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk. It's CoVA Sports TV, Ed.
Now, Andre, you mentioned about establishing your program, and once everything is in place, it's just a matter of everybody doing their job and running what they're supposed to be doing. Now, what year is this for you at Deep Creek?
This is my 8th season now. 8th season.
All right. And then now, were you head coach anywhere else?
Oh, not in high school. I was in middle school for 5 years at Deep Creek Middle. And then 2016, I got the head JV job. Then 17, I got the varsity job and been ever since then.
Now, something, we always talk about with younger coaches, and I really don't get a chance to ask the older coaches, like who kind of molded your philosophy? Who do you pick and steal from? Who are some of the guys in your lifetime in coaching that you've kind of taken things from and things you've run that similar to what they did?
Oh man, I go back to my playing days. Coach Adrian, how he was a straight statistician in regards to what he did in the math of his game at Norfolk State. Coach James Little at Indian River Middle School, we coached together. Told me how to have a disciplined program and what you want to do. And then after that, of course, my father. I mean, I had probably the biggest influence in my household. So at that point, my dad just showed how to stay consistent, have fun, enjoy what you do, and have a focus for your program. And with those people in my life like that, that's where I kind of got my identity from.
And, of course, your father, Phil Twine, that's a name that's carried a lot of weight over the years in Chespeake. He was at Oscar Smith for some championship runs there as an assistant. And you obviously, being a former Norfolk State Spartan, behold the green and gold, former Great Bridge Wildcat. For you, I'm curious, and Ed can probably jump in here too. What do you love the most about coaching? Because you're also a track and field guy. You've had a lot of great track athletes over there at Deep Creek. What still gets the juices flowing and the blood pumping for you for Friday night football and doing what you do?
I mean, it's just seeing young guys go out there and play hard. It's a Friday night football isn't like it. You can't get it back. Like I tell my seniors, you got a guaranteed 10 games. Enjoy the moment where you at, because you're gonna remember the rest of your life. And so, just the essence of high school football, man, it just gets you going. From the smell of the grass, the bands playing, the fight, the cookouts, all that type of stuff. That's the essence of football. You totally have a kick for it, and just seeing young men going out playing. That's all teams in our district or in the region. High school football, the pageantry is just nothing like it. And once you experience it, it's just the rest of your life.
Pretty special in the Southeastern District there on Friday nights. Andre Twine, head coach of the Deep Creek Hornets, our guest here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk on CoVA Sports TV. Season opener coming up for Deep Creek August 29th against Currituck County from North Carolina. Their Southeastern opener September 13th at Arrowhead Stadium in Suffolk against the Warriors of Nansemond River. Ed.
All right, and we're going into your 8th year. Let's look at your personnel. Start on the offensive side. Key guys. Some veterans, people to watch out for.
But last year we had our line was all sophomores. So with your old line coming back, that's the biggest piece right there. It's led by Trayvon Litton. He's one of those type of kids, about 6'2", 235, plays DN too, and it's gonna be a big focal point playing that right tackle position along with Ricardo Foreman, Ethan Patrick, Antonio Mills, and the kid Sincere White. From the quarterback, Breon Covey, of course, he's athlete, but he'll be our starting quarterback this year. Again, a lot of experience under his belt and what he can do. Also, a kid named Mike Jones, a junior, played JV last year, has a lot of upside, been showing a lot of great catches and all those things on 7-on-7s we had during the summertime. Looking for a big impact for him. Vernon Whitehurst and Zaire Payton at running back. All these guys, again, program players that we look at having a bigger role for us this year.
And I don't know if we all saw it coming. You lost your first 2 games to Currituck and Nansemond River last year, but then you got hot down the stretch, Coach. You won 4 of your final 6 regular season games, including a shutout of Lakeland. You beat your alma mater in Great Bridge, beat Western Branch and Hickory, but then you also took in that 1-8 matchup, Green Run to the wire, had a lead against them, lost a nail-biter 17-12, made them sweat to the very end. Did you feel like even though you didn't get the result you want, and I know you're not a believer in moral victories, but the kids coming back, they were in that moment that it made them hungrier for the offseason here and as you prepare for this opening game coming up on August the 29th as you get back to the playoff run?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. People didn't realize the Currituck game, we committed 7 turnovers in the game, and we still lost in the last play of the game. We dropped the ball in the end zone. But then hats off the Currituck, they were 7-3 last year and went to the playoffs. So they weren't they weren't a slouch team at all. But we want to go out there against them this year, got a little revenge up there. But they're gonna play hard too. We kind of changed our identity more so late in the year. We started to understand what we want to do offensively, and we started to get hot. Yes, the green run game kind of haunts us because we had some plays in the red zone we didn't finish, but we understood what we could do. In our district, when you play teams like Kings Fort, Oscar Smith, Indian River, Western Branch, Nazareth Kings, all these schools, I mean, we were prepared. We were battle tested. I think we shocked a lot of people being up at halftime and almost late in the game, almost pulled it off. But we know what we could do, and we just put it together at the right time, but just we fell short. So, but it gave us momentum in the offseason, knowing what we can do on both sides of the ball and the type of talent we have and type of tenacity we have. So we're looking forward to this season and see what we can do, play out from there in this tough SED.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I was surprised you guys almost knocked them off, and I don't give my cohort a lot of credit. It's hats off to you and your coaching staff, Coach Twine, for sure. But I give Ed a little bit of props too, because I remember him telling me he would not be surprised if that game was close. And you did say, Ed, they were not your typical number 8 seed, if you will.
No, I thought if the breaks go the right way early, they would have a great shot. I'd probably be overlooked by number 1. It's number 8. Who do we play next? And I know Deep Creek wouldn't have been the type of team I want to play in the first round of playoffs. Athletes, veteran coaching staff, come up with ways to win. Andre, if you would, please, let's go to your defensive side. I know there might be some kids playing both ways, but who are the key ones to watch? Who are the up-and-comers and names we have to listen for on the defensive side?
Again, mentioned earlier, Trayvon Litton, Sincere White, them 2 guys on the D-line, big role for us. Tayshawn Johnson, sophomore, linebacker, plays running back also, but he's going to play a big role in our defense. Again, Michael Jones, we said already before. Sincere White, Jazzy Hill coming back. He had 5 picks last year as a sophomore at cornerback. Zaire Payton, those guys, again, playing a huge role for us. They got a lot of playing experience in games, and we're gonna be very tenacious on defense. With Coach Howard again calling our defense again for the eighth season, he's putting some things together for us to see. And I think we're gonna be very special on defense. Very sleeper team in our SED.
Yeah, it's a quality SED yet again here. And we watched it a few years ago. You made that run to the region final. You had that group led by Jalen Jones. And it had to be cool to see some of these guys come from your program next level. And Deep Creek's used to it from the days in the 90s. But Jalen had a heck of a run there at William & Mary, did he not?
Yeah, oh man, shoot, Jalen All-American there. He has another year. I think he's gonna be preseason all on CAA.
Another year. That's right. I forgot. I thought he was done. He's got another year. You're right. Yeah.
Yes, he is, man. Jalen, man, I feel like he's a Sunday ready player. Like the guy can play. I mean, people throw with him in college now, so enough for saying. And Ken Lamonte Wilson, he's at Misericordia. He's right now. He led a team pick for 2 years straight and was all conference and an All-American. So at one point we had 2 All-Americans in the secondary, Lamonte Wilson and Jalen Jones. So you can say D Creek, we're like a DBU at this point right now. We put some guys out there also leading and guys get interceptions too. So hey, the proof is in the pudding on that one.
That's pretty rare, Ed, to have 2 DBs, though it's not your ACC, SEC Power 5. That's a heck of a job with Jones and Wilson, those guys that have gone on to excel at a high level in college. Yes,
sir. Most definitely, man. And they look for having a big season this year with them also. So I can't wait to see Jalen play this year. I think he's going to really have a big year in what he wants to do. And also Lamonte. Like I said, those 2 guys, I feel like they can play on Sunday. Type of skill guy they got. As Sunday ready players.
Certainly under-recruited guys that have come out of the Hornets program that really were fun to watch and have certainly blossomed at the next level. Hornets looking for some more guys to join the crew that returns for them as they get ready to open up the season here later this month in the Southeastern District and part of Region 5A. A few more minutes here with Coach Twine on 757 Saturday Sports Talk on CoVA Sports TV, Ed.
Andre, a lot of times we don't get a chance to get into coaches' brains about that third part, special teams. And I'm always interested in thinking, I know you got to play your best players, keep them on the field. The smaller schools definitely. What do you guys do with your special teams? And then also kind of what is your philosophy on playing? And I know you mentioned some of your guys playing offense, defense, because they're that good. Do you also play them on special teams?
Oh, man. And being in a position where I have a smaller squad, you got to put your guys out there, especially when it comes to kickoff. That's like the first defensive play. So typically we put our defensive guys out there. But at the same time, the guys who are those backups, we tell them everybody has a role on the team. So your role may be special teams, and as you can know that special teams play can turn the whole game around. So we do at that point with our squad, we kind of mix it up a little bit, put our best guys on the field, but at the same time, find those guys we can spare too, because in a 40-minute football game, it get tough out there. But like I said at Creek, we're not one-sided people. We play all 3 phases of football: offense, defense, and special teams. So our tempo and practice and how we prepare allows our guys to do those things. Because we practice very hard and very intense in what we're doing. So we have to be intent with that. At the same time, we're trying to find those extra 4 to 5 guys, maybe 6 or 7 guys that could add to our depth and we can put out on special teams, because it takes one play on special teams to turn the whole game around, because that phase sometimes gets left out a whole lot, and you don't focus on that phase, it can get you beat.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And I've watched you guys over the years in some big SED games. You gave a shout out to Coach Howard with your defense. Props to is he still coaching your special teams, Riley Dellinger? Or Eric Dellinger? Is it Eric Dellinger? His sons was Riley and Caden. Right?
Dellinger, his job kind of like got him pretty much busy, but he does help out with our kickers and everything. Okay. So we does help out from time to time when he has the free time to do that. But yes, we still got some solid kickers out there. One thing about it, we always had a solid kicker, from Awana Gibson and back with Wes Stone and Eric Dillon, all the his younger son Riley, all them guys. So we always had a strong kicking game. We pride ourselves on that, and we'll continue to do that.
Awesome. Last one for me, and Ed can finish up with you here too, Coach. We thank you for coming on. How about the scrimmages? What are you looking to gain out of those, and who do you have coming up in those 2 scrimmages, and plus your view of the SCD and the region in general?
Oh man, okay. First off, we played Norcom at home. August 15th again. Play Norcom. Of course, Norcom always comes with some aggressive and tenacity. Coach Hawk over there, and then we played Bethel on the 22nd. That's home also. So we got a little home stretch those first 2 days. So we look forward to competing and see what we got, and you can make some adjustments accordingly. See what your stars are doing, what your backups can do. But SED, I mean, Matt, you already know what time it is in SED. I mean, come on, let's look at it. You started talking about Oscar Smith, a Kings Fork, a Nazarene River, an Indian River, a Western Branch, Deep Creek. You know what I mean, Grassfield. I mean, top to bottom, you got to play hard every night. If you don't, you can be on the other side of that win column and looking like what? I think in regards to the region, I just wish that, I know the beach plays itself because there's almost so many schools. And they kind of like, you look at the beach and a lot of tough teams in the beach. I mean, that's what it is. But I mean, a 5-5 SED team like we were, and you saw we did the green run. So I just think sometimes it's kind of like it hurts, but at the same time, it prepares for the long run. But you gotta win. You gotta win at least 5-6 games to get in. So our district is just that tough. You got to play correct every night because we're like one game away from not being in last year. Almost like Currituck almost cost us. So you got to come correct with that.
No, and to the credit, give Indian River a lot of props. They win the district, and Jordan Harris was a beast for them off the edge. Now going to your former school there with NSU and Coach Brandon Carr and his crew for what they did because they were challenged and tested. And I think it does. Ed, we've talked about it before, and I'm sure Coach Young, you can jump in here. That I think it's, I don't know if unfair is the right word, but it would be great if the Beach was able to play one out of district game because the Southeastern, Eastern, and Peninsula plus the Bay Rivers all have that luxury. And I think when you get to power ratings time, it's not the same ball of wax when they have to play 10 schools all from their district. You guys have an out-of-district game. The Eastern has 3. Peninsula, Bay Rivers also have 1 apiece. So it would just be, I think, great if they open that up to let the Beach rotate it. They have an out-of-district game every year.
Yeah, I was going to say in terms of being the veteran coach and you're going against the power of the district, and I hear you saying how the Beach is locked into the Beach. If you had a chance to make some rule changes, either on the on the field, or in terms of scheduling, what would you do? Would there be any kind of decisions you would make, changes?
Oh man, so I got a crazy idea. I mean,
That's what I want to hear. Crazy idea.
My crazy idea is this. This is my crazy idea. Okay. So you have 10 schools, and I think it's 11 schools in the Beach or 10? It's 11?
It's 11. It's 11, yep.
11 schools, okay, and all 5A, except for Lansdowne. Lansdowne 6. Okay, so let's take, 5A, you can make it, okay, it's us Deep Creek, Great Bridge, Hickory, and Indian River, all 4 in Chespeake. Yep. We're all 5. We're the small school in the state in Class 5. That's us. That's where it's at. So
it used to be 4A, correct, yep.
Right,
yep.
So we're talking about 14 schools. So about 14 schools, 5A. I say this. Let's divide it. 7 and 7, one division, 7 and 7, another division. You'll play 3, a non-conference type of thing that was outside your division, like an East and West type of thing, and divide it up and go from there. Because I think the Beach want to play other schools too. I'm sure for a fact, you ask any coach in the Beach, they will love to play some non-conference games. After that, you pick your best, you have your best record go from forward. Top 8 go to the playoffs, and that's it. I just think that, at this point now, it's almost like region play is key with everything. So I love district play because it prepares us. At the same time, like for that shot, like, okay, yeah, as you can see, I love to play a Bayside in the regular season or a Kellum or a Cox. You see where you at. Because I just think that sometimes the math not math, as they say. You got it's not balanced, but you only can control what you control at that point. So that's just how I feel about it.
No, I'm with you 100%. I think the coaches are in agreement, whether they're from the beach or the Southeastern District. And the fans, I think, would like it too. It'd be good to see because sometimes you get tired of playing the same 10 every year and rotate it. So it's not, if you were worried about having school, if FC doesn't play PA or Cox doesn't play Kellum, just rotate it so it doesn't happen. You miss them 2 years. So I think it'd be a good way to do it. Well, Coach, we're looking forward to watching Purple Thunder and getting you back on after a Hornets victory one of these Saturday mornings here on the podcast. Thank you for doing it. You've been a loyal listener and guest of ours from the radio days, and now having you on podcast is a real joy. So we wish you all the best this coming year, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you and getting ready for that run to the playoffs come November.
Yeah, it's crazy, Matt. It's crazy because now look back at it, I'm like, dang, I'm one of the oldest tenured coaches in the district now. What the heck is going on? I was one of the youngest. Now I'm one of the oldest. I haven't turned 40 yet. So I'm like, hey, but sometimes it's good. I mean, a lot of young blood in the district, man, it revitalizes a lot of things. But I'm telling you, man, I'm the oldest guys in the district. And I'm like, where has the time flew?
Well, how do you think Ed feels? He's got great grandkids now coaching. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not quite.
Hey man, he long tenure, so he had the time he put in. I mean, it's what it is. So you gotta look at guys like Ed, my pops, all them guys. They're the elder statesmen. They seen it all. So well they say is like law. So hey.
Like I said, you got to have at the high school level, you really got to have a love for it. You're not getting paid what you do. You got to do pretty much everything on your own. Sometimes you got the people above you are clueless, and you've got to work with that because they're above you. And then you got kids who want to play, but they don't want to put the work in. And then we have great parents who think their kids should play every second and wonder why Alabama and Georgia are not recruiting them in football. It's a lot. And I've always made this statement. 98% of the college guys wouldn't last 2 weeks in high school. A lot of high school guys that have lasted can do it in college because you would have all that stuff somewhat on your side. I mean, each place has its own. And like I said, people ask me, how long you've lasted so long. I've had the right players who listen. I've had assistant coaches bust their butt. I've had administration that says, okay, he's a little crazy. We're gonna let him do this and see how it works. Crazy. Wow. And then I tell the parents, this is how we're going to do it, and this is what I'm not going to accept. If you can't buy into that, you can go. And nowadays, they'll go quick. But you know what? You got to worry about what's in front of you, not who's leaving. And back in the day, younger coaches try to cater to the stud or two, and they don't want to lose them, but they'll lose their team trying to pacify a kid who really is not going to help you that much down the road. He's going to be more of a problem.
Yeah, hey, trust me. If anybody know about transfers, I know about transfers. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's what it is. That's the day and age we live in. You don't know when a kid can be leaving or coming back. You just don't know. But you can only focus on who is in front of you and who you got. And that's always been my standard in regards to what we do. And we've been pretty successful. So we're gonna keep track. We're gonna try to stay on track with that, keep that going, and put a good product on the field again this season.
Absolutely. Hornets have made the playoffs in 2017, 18, 19, the 2021 COVID shortened year, 2021 fall year, 22, 23, and they look to make it again in 2024 under Coach Andre Twine. All the best to you, my friend. Thanks for coming on. Still your pops for us, and we'll see you soon again.
Appreciate it, man. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good evening.
Good luck to you.
Deep Creek head football coach Andre Twine with us here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk. Another time out. We'll be back with more. Put the finishing touches on this edition of the show right here on CoVA Sports TV.